First and foremost, on the onset, I support the motion by my colleague, Honorable MWENJE, as relates to the people who are squattering in various parts of the land. Only to say that there's no land which comes from even like Imana. Every land at its origin of where it comes from or who owns it and who has been an occupier, especially in rural areas where we know that land has been owned by grants and the communities. Honorable Speaker, there is nobody in Kenya who can be saying that he just came from nowhere. Every person has its own origin. But Kenyans have a way of how they just like to expand and occupy even what does not belong to them. So there must be check and balances. There must be a policy of how to regulate, of how to take care of those who are in genuine squatters and who are not in genuine squatters. There must be a way of checking and counter-checking who have been born, because there is a law which I've been talking about. When can one acquire land which does not belong to that individual? In common law, we have what we call adverse possession. That one is very well provided in law, whereby if one occupies a piece of land for 12 years and that occupation of 12 years is not disputed or it's with the permission of the owner and the owner is not bothered, then that a person who is occupying or squatting in that land can go to the court and have his occupation validated by the court and will be given title for that piece of land. Then there's another issue whereby one occupies a piece of land, but the owner of the land has started claiming that you are in my land longly, you are occupying my land longly. This one, I refer to a piece of land which mainly is owned by a certain community and another community just come in and set in. And the two communities started disputing or squabbling about them. At the end of the day, you have even bloodshed. I have one church piece of land like that one in a place called Mutembei in Meru, whereby we have an issue of Meru and Daraka, whereby the piece of land is owned by people of Central Menti. But in the due course, vendors, squatters, it came from very far, up to from Kitui and others from Daraka. They occupy the same, and there has been pull tag fights now and again, whereby people have been killing one another. Like that one, it cannot be saying that it's an adverse possession, because you see, there are those who are disputing and there are those who are sitting on the same land by force. So there must be a differentiation when it comes to the government policies to know who has been occupying what part of land and with the consent of the other one, and if this land has been having owners before, and if there has been having owners before, what can be done? Is it a monetary compensation? If not so, is it a policy whereby these two communities can be talked about and live in peace in such a manner, or whereby if squatters just get in and occupy somebody's plot? The government cannot come up with a policy of protecting a squatter who will just migrate from nowhere and get in and start occupying somebody's plot by force. Because you see, Kenyans like not free things, but Kenyans like to do things which where they are not forced by law in one way or the other to react to the same. So what it is that genuine squatters must be considered, but there is nobody who comes from heaven. They are all Kenyans, and there is no land which comes from heaven. It is owned by somebody or by a clan. So there must be a policy which protects both owners of the land and the squatters at the same time. I support the motion, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you, Member for Kandui.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to also contribute to this motion. At the outset, let me thank the Honorable Member for Embakasi, Honorable MWENJE, for bringing this motion at this particular time. Honorable Speaker, the fight for independence for this country could be equated to the fight to recover lands that have been taken by the white settlers.